Alright, hi guys, so let's start the next episode of 5 MCQs in 5 minutes, through which we are actually revising 5 ultra important topics. This series is important for INICT, NEET PG and FMG aspirants. The upcoming examination in the line that we have is going to be INICT. So most of the question that we have here is going to be inspired from INICT. The very first question that we are having for the day is going to be a drug which has been very recently approved for the treatment of opioid induced constipation. Options are like nalmefene, nalmefene, naloxone, lacosamide. Now, whenever you look a question like this, recently approved, don't think about that it will be some old drug. When they say recently approved, definitely they are asking about some new drug. Naloxone can be used. Yes, it is one of the opioid antagonist. It's one of the opioid receptor antagonists. Can we use it opioid induced constipation? Yes, but the problem is that it is having high risk of withdrawal syndrome and a high risk of withdrawal symptom. So withdrawal symptom is going to be very high with the naloxone. So where do we use naloxone? It's an antidote of opioid poisoning. अगर किसी को acute opioid poisoning हो रहा है, in that case scenario we can definitely utilize. Lacosamide is a drug. So I used to tell you in the class as well that lacosamide, Lakme वाला cream लेके जाना है Lakme. So this lacosamide is one of the CRMP protein inhibitor. Actually it's a voltage gated sodium channel blocker, but it also has CRMP protein inhibiting property. So it's an anti-epileptic drug. AED मतलब anti-epileptic drug. Nalmefene is a orally effective opioid receptor antagonist. It's a orally effective opioid receptor antagonist. This has been utilized in many conditions like de-addiction therapy of opioid after you have given, let's say, methadone, and after methadone, when you want to prevent the relapse, then you can utilize nalmefene. It also decreases the alcohol craving. It also decreases the alcohol craving. The correct answer for this question, the one that has recently got approval, is going to be nalmefene. Remember, we are having something called your peripherally acting peripheral mu opioid receptor antagonist. Now, whenever we say peripheral mu opioid receptor antagonist, what is the advantage that we are going to get? There will be no withdrawal symptom. Withdrawal symptom का precipitation नहीं होगा, and peripherally acting mu opioid receptor antagonist that we are having in man. Expect this any of this question in your examination. Drugs in this one is going to be your methyl naltrexone, LVMopan, and other one is going to be your nalmefene. Now look at this nalmefene. Nalmefene is one of the option here. Nalmefene is a peripherally acting mu opioid receptor antagonist. Can be used for opioid induced constipation. The advantage is that without precipitating withdrawal symptom. यही इसका सबसे बड़ा advantage है. Without precipitating the withdrawal symptom. So this is very important question for all of you guys. Next question, in a patient with a history of epileptic disorder, a drug was started which reduces the glutamate release by inhibiting the voltage gated sodium channel. So we all know that on the presynaptic neuron we are having glutamate, and glutamate के release के लिए we are having voltage gated sodium channel. Then we are also having N type neuronal type calcium channel, and then we are also having a potassium channel on the presynaptic neuron. So potassium channel should be closed, sodium channel and calcium channel should be open for you to release the glutamate. But here the examiner is asking which of the following reduces glutamate release by inhibiting voltage gated sodium channel blockade. ठीक है? Which anti-epileptic drug does not act by this one? Okay, so they are telling in a patient who is having epilepsy, a drug that is being given, it is possibly acting by inhibiting this voltage gated sodium channel. Okay, इनमें से सारे ड्रग वोल्टेज गेटेड सोडियम चैनल को ब्लॉक करके काम करते हैं एक्सेप्ट, तो सिंपल लैंग्वेज में पूछ रहा है कौन सा ऐसा है जो वोल्टेज गेटेड सोडियम चैनल को ब्लॉक करके काम नहीं करता है. तो सी आई यूज्ड टू टेल यू द मेजर आयन चैनल ऑन द प्रीसिनेप्टिक न्यूरॉन इज गोइंग टू बी वोल्टेज गेटेड सोडियम चैनल. तो जितने भी मेजर एंटी एपिलेप्टिक ड्रग आप जानते हो विच कैन रिड्यूस ग्लूटामेट विल बी एक्टिंग थ्रू वोल्टेज गेटेड सोडियम चैनल. जैसे कि मैं बात करूं लैमोट्रिजीन, जैसे कि मैं बात करूं वैल्प्रोएट, देन वी आर ऑल्सो हैविंग कार्बामाजेपिन, टोपी पहनने वाला ड्रग टोपीरामेट है ना. एवरी वन इज हैविंग सम स्टोरी व्हेन वी डिस्कस इन आवर रेगुलर क्लासेस है ना. देन वट एवर अदर ड्रग दैट यू नो, लाइक एज आई टोल्ड यू दैट वी आर हैविंग अ ड्रग, प्रीवियस क्लास में प्रीवियस क्वेश्चन में था ना लैकोसामाइड. सो इट इज ऑल्सो वन ऑफ द ड्रग है ना, लैकोसामाइड. So all these drugs, all these major anti-epileptic drugs that you can think of, they are all having voltage gated sodium channel blocking property, including your phenytoin as well है ना. Drugs that is going to act by inhibiting N type calcium channel, neuronal type calcium channel blocker, this will be pregabalin, gabapentin. Okay, प्रीगाबालिन गाबापेंटिन। प्रीगाबालिन गाबापेंटिन पे क्या क्वेश्चन पूछता है बहुत कॉमनली, मैंने एक अपने एपिलेप्सी वाला एक अलग से वीडियो भी डाला है, यू कैन चेक दैट ऑलरेडी, दैट द नॉन एपिलेप्टिक यूजेस आर मोर फॉर प्रीगाबालिन एंड गाबापेंटिन, लाइक न्यूरोपैथिक पेन है ना, रेस्टलेस लेग सिंड्रोम, प्रोफिलैक्सिस ऑफ माइग्रेन, इन सभी कंडीशन में यूज कर सकते हैं, ठीक है। एंड पोटेशियम चैनल ओपनर जो यूज कर सकते हैं फॉर द ट्रीटमेंट ऑफ माइग्रेन विल बी ड्रग्स लाइक योर रेटिगाबिन एंड इसी का एक और नाम होता है इजोगाबिन, रेटिगाबिन एंड अदर वन इज नोन एज योर इजोगाबिन, रेटिगाबिन एंड इजोगाबिन, दैट इज गोइंग टू बी योर पोटेशियम चैनल ओपनर, है ना, ये दोनों सेम ही ड्रग है, रेटिगाबिन इजोगाबिन। नाउ डू रिमेंबर दैट carbamazepine, definitely it's one of the voltage gated sodium channel blocker, so as your lamotrigine and phenytoin. But if you are going to look at the vigabatrin, just by looking at the name itself is telling you a lot of things, that vigabatrin is one of the GABA transaminase inhibitor, है ना। So this vigabatrin as a drug, they are the GABA transaminase inhibitor, है ना। So they actually inhibit the metabolism of GABA, metabolism of GABA. Another question that is expected from this one, and that has already been asked in 2020 AIIMS examination, that which of the following anti-epileptic drug they causes visual field defect abnormality. So this GABA transaminase inhibitor, they causes peripheral retinal atrophy, and because of this peripheral retinal atrophy, जो ड्रग का नाम मैं जो बात कर रहा हूँ विगाबैट्रिन है ना, विगाबैट्रिन, because of peripheral retinal atrophy there will be decreased field of vision and they can lead to a condition known as your tubular vision, also given the name as the tunnel vision, tubular vision or tunnel vision because of the peripheral retinal atrophy. कौन सा ड्रग है? That is vigabatrin. So vigabatrin इसमें ऐसे आ गया, आने वाले टाइम में they can ask you again another question, the drug that can cause tubular vision, tunnel vision. Okay, now there is one more drug, valproate. Remember, valproate is also having GABA transaminase inhibiting property. Apart from that, it is also having SSA and aldehyde dehydrogenase inhibiting property. That is another question that we will discuss in upcoming questions. In a patient with the fungus and virus infection, the following drug combination are correct except. So एक patient के बारे में they are talking where he is having fungal infection, viral infection, they are telling all of the following combination are correct except. So hepatitis B में entecavir definitely we use है ना, so we know that LET हम use करते हैं ना, so lamivudine, it is one of the antiretroviral drug, NRTI, safest NRTI है ना, entecavir and tenofovir. Tenofovir is also one of the antiretroviral drugs, so let's use this in hepatitis B. I used to tell you CMV गैनसाइक्लोवीर, और इसी का एक प्रो ड्रग आता है, इसको बोलते हैं वेल गैनसाइक्लोवीर, प्रो ड्रग आता है वेल गैनसाइक्लोवीर, दैट कैन बी यूटिलाइज्ड इन CMV. Aspergillosis, fluconazole. See, fluconazole is not effective for aspergillosis. The drug of choice for aspergillosis, drug of choice for a patient with the aspergillosis is going to be your voriconazole. Worry not, aspergillosis के लिए we are having voriconazole, remember that. So all except में aspergillosis, fluconazole is going to be the preferred answer, and mucormycosis, amphotericin B, that's also correct. This is also one of the correct one. Now always remember that drugs like fluconazole that we know, fluconazole, it is considered as a drug of choice in a patient with the candidiasis. Question number 1, drug of choice in going to be candidiasis. Now fluconazole, for all the candidiasis they are the drug of choice except Candida krusei and Candida glabrata. Candida krusei and Candida glabrata, इसके लिए they are intrinsically resistant ना, तो इस condition में we are always going to prefer your amphotericin B. Always remember amphotericin B is going to be preferred in this scenario. That was another question that was asked in 2023, one of the recent examinations. Correct answer for this question is going to be C. In a patient with epilepsy during pregnancy, levetiracetam is used. So I used to tell you that levi sounds like a BV, brivaracetam. दोनों का नाम एक जैसा दिखेगा, levetiracetam, brivaracetam. levi sounds like a BV, एक ऐसी BV जो प्रेग्नेंट है. तो how does the work है ना, levi, BV है ना, और SV है ना, similar sounding name, SV2A inhibitor. So they are synaptic vesicular 2A protein inhibitor. Plus they are also having N-type calcium channel blocking property, but mainly they are working by SV2A inhibitor. Because of this, the SV2A is a protein that we know. SV2A is a protein that is going to modulate. It is going to modulate your glutamate and GABA. ग्लूटामेट एंड गाबा। सो कैसे मॉड्यूलेट करता है, ये ग्लूटामेट को इंक्रीज करता है, गाबा को होल्ड करता है। So when you give SV2 inhibitor, GABA will be more free, GABA level will increase and glutamate का जो promotion था वो कम हो जाएगा। तो directly sodium channel blocker, no, they do not block sodium channel. Calcium channel blocker, no. Synaptic vascular protein, yes. SV2A inhibitor, SV2A inhibitor, SV2 synaptic vascular 2A protein, that is a main mechanism of action. mGlu5 receptor blocker, इसमें एक ड्रग आता है, इसका नाम होता है receptor number 5 is rufinamide. रूफिनामाइड, mGlu5, रूफिनामाइड कैसे याद किया आपने, mGlu5 रिसेप्टर नंबर 5, mGlu5 रिसेप्टर नंबर 5, ठीक है। सो करेक्ट आंसर फॉर दिस वन इज गोइंग टू बी SV2 इनहिबिटर। एंड अपकमिंग एग्जाम में क्या क्वेश्चन पूछ सकता है, वो इसका साइड इफेक्ट पूछेगा, तो पूछ सकता है, आई मीन ऐसा नहीं पूछेगा, अगर पूछ लिया तो कोइंसिडेंस है, बट आई एम एक्सपेक्टिंग साइड इफेक्ट। साइड इफेक्ट विल बी द मोस्ट कॉमन साइड इफेक्ट इज गोइंग टू बी सोमनोलेंस। एक ऐसी बीवी जो प्रेग्नेंट है, SV, लीवी, बीवी है ना, SV2 इनहिबिटर याद रखिएगा। सोमनोलेंस तो डेफिनेटली प्रेगनेंसी में है तो सोती रहेगी, है ना। अदर साइड इफेक्ट विल बी मेनली CNS रिलेटेड साइड इफेक्ट, दैट इज गोइंग टू बी योर एंगर, दैट इज गोइंग टू बी योर एंग्जाइटी, है ना, एंगर, एंग्जाइटी, शी इज ऑलवेज एंड ऑलवेज गोइंग टू बी, है ना, इरिटेबल। क्यों एंग्री है नहीं पता, क्यों एंशियस है नहीं पता, मोस्टली CNS रिलेटेड साइड इफेक्ट विल बी देयर। शी इज ऑलवेज गोइंग टू बी एजिटेटेड, सो एजिटेशन भी अनदर साइड इफेक्ट होगा, है ना, एंगर, एजिटेशन, एंग्जाइटी, इरिटेबिलिटी, है ना। तो अगेन एक बीवी है, प्रेग्नेंट है ना, तो आप बाकी सारी चीजें खुद इमेजिन कर लो, SV, लीवी, बीवी, सारी चीजें अपने आप क्लियर हो जाएंगी, है ना। लेवेट्रासिटाम, ब्रिवारासिटाम, दे बोथ आर गोइंग टू बी SV2 इनहिबिटर, और प्रेग्नेंट बीवी में देते हैं, तो प्रेगनेंसी में दे आर द सेफेस्ट ड्रग दैट वी नो। A patient presented with a history of psychosis and denying the injectable antipsychotics. You are planning to start the patient on sublingual agent. Okay, injectable deny कर रहा है। पहले एक क्वेश्चन आया हुआ था कि पेशेंट इज नॉट टॉलरेटिंग ओरल ड्रग, तो क्या दोगे, तो इंजेक्टेबल उसमें ऑप्शन में था, लेकिन यहां पे क्या कह रहा है कि इंजेक्टेबल पेशेंट इज डिनाइंग, सो यू आर प्लानिंग टू गिव सबलिंगुअल एजेंट। Which of the following agent is recently approved antipsychotic that can be given by sublingual route? Risperidone is a risky drug. It is one of the atypical agent. It is an atypical agent, most potent atypical agent. It is the most potent atypical agent. And atypicals are not supposed to cause extrapyramidal symptom. Atypicals are not supposed to cause hyperprolactinemia. But this is among atypical, they are the one associated with hyperprolactinemia and also associated with extrapyramidal symptom. Associated with hyperprolactinemia and EPS is extrapyramidal symptom. ध्यान रखिएगा. Again I am repeating, hyperprolactinemia and extrapyramidal symptom is mainly a side effect of typical, है ना, not atypical. But atypical में एक ऐसा रिस्की ड्रग है जो ये काम कर सकता है, उसका नाम ही है रिस्कपेरिडोन। मैं इसको बड़े शौक से बोलता हूँ रिस्कपेरिडोन, है ना। क्यूटियापिन, अंधी रानी, इसके बारे में जो क्वेश्चन आता है, अगेन दे आर द एटिपिकल वन एंड दे आर एसोसिएटेड विथ योर कैटरैक्ट। अंधी रानी, है ना, कैटरैक्ट, प्रायापिज्म, है ना, पेनफुल प्रोलॉन्ग इरेक्शन, इसके साथ ये भी रिपीटेड साइड इफेक्ट है। Aripiprazole, they are also the atypical antipsychotics. Aripiprazole that we have, they are having less weight gain, है ना, less weight gain. बाकी सारे atypical they will be causing metabolic syndrome, weight gain. दो ऐसे हैं जो मैं बोलता हूं, अरे शिप्रा को देखा क्या, उसका वेट तो नहीं बढ़ रहा है, एरिपिप्राजोल, जिप्रासिडोन, अरे शिप्रा को देखा, वो तो स्लिम शॉट है, स्लिम शॉट है मतलब शिप्रा इज नॉट गेनिंग वेट, बाकी सब लोग वेट गेन कर रहे हैं। Mainly drugs like quetiapine, olanzapine and clozapine, they will be having maximum weight gain, but Arishipra ko dekha, they will be having very, very less weight gain. And asinapine is one of the atypical that is got approval and it's available by sublingual route as well. And so this is how you look at the option, and this is how you can make question 4 different questions from one question that has already been asked in the past, right? So this was around 5 to 7 minutes with all of you guys, and we discussed 5 ultra important topics. I hope you have enjoyed. Please do not forget to like, share and subscribe, and don't forget to drop a comment as well if any other topic that you want me to discuss. I'll be more than happy to cover in my upcoming session. Thank you very much to all of you guys. I'll see you in my upcoming class.